Hello, hi, hola, bienvenido, ciao, welcome to Chronicles with Stephie. This is the podcast that has been missing in action, so my apologies. But welcome back to the space on the internet that we are curating to make life a little bit more meaningful. Let's get into the introduction and then I'll tell you what's been up. Think of a word, a positive word, and it may just be a chronicle shared in this space. Let's make life more meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello. It is Stephie, the one and only, and welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to hearing my voice in this space. It's been a hot minute. I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, for the entire month of May I recorded. I wrote. I just didn't record. And it's been a beautiful transition for me for the month of May. I recently, conquered and achieved something that I was working my butt off to do. So, for me, it wouldn't have happened in terms of recording. And so that's why I didn't do it. I'm not even going to beat around the bush and tell anybody a lie. But that's mainly the reason why I was missing in action in May. But June, baby, if you do not know, you will know now. June is my birth month. Thanks be to God. And I love birthdays. If you if you know me in real life, not just listening to my voice here in this platform, you know that for me, birthdays are just one of the most important holidays, national, universal, global holidays in my life. So I'm excited for this new month. I'm excited for the month of June overall. Big up to everybody who born in a June. If you don't born in a June, okay. But big up to everybody who will be celebrating a birthday in this wonderful new month. I'm not going to lie, I don't want it to be that I'm going on a rant, because it's been a while. So I want to be able to reconnect with everybody, because I've missed you guys as much I hope you would have missed me. So I want to just take my time, but I also do have a message on my heart that needs to be disseminated to you gems, and I don't want to prolong this episode, but I just want to say thank you so much for holding space for me in my absence. Thank you for clicking on this link today to partake in a new episode in a new month. We're in the middle of the year, and I know things have been a roller coaster, because that is life. But I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who has held space for me, giving me grace. And, we're here. We are here. It's a new season, might I add. It is a new season. So go catch up on the previous episodes if you don't know what they're about. And if you don't know what my podcast is about, is essentially I just take words, meaningful words, positive words, and through inspiration, through the Bible, through prayer, through the voice of God, I try to just make it more meaningful, So welcome to Chronicles with Stephie. This is a podcast. This is the episode on destiny. So if this is something that you think you'll enjoy, or if you've missed and you just enjoy listening to my voice, let's get into today's podcast episode. Chronicles with Stephie, Destiny Chronicles. God has entrenched his voice in his word through his apostle Paul in the greatest book of all time, the Bible. It is my belief not for us to dictate or tell his children who they are, or how to be, or even where to go, or even which path to take. We can encourage, can motivate in a godly way. We can also give grace and shine his light, but who are we, truly, separate and apart from stewards of the Lord, to give directives to others without his approval or guidance? I think we often forget that each one of us walking this journey of life that God made in his image, we are not the same. None of us are, popular to contrary belief. Though we're different. We aren't meant to be the same in regards to genetic makeup. We aren't meant to be the same in terms of our walk and talk. We aren't meant to be the same in terms of our shape or creed or thoughts, And even our godly destiny, it is different because we are all called according to his own purpose. Each of us has a timed assignment on our lives. We are called differently to purpose or work and time on earth because we won't, cannot, shall not, and most definitely will not be here forever. Our assignments vary from person to person. There may exist similar themes, so we may have similarity among the themes or events or experiences that occur in our life. You know, they may have similar undertones, heck, even similar end goals, but the journey is what is unique to all of us, and it is different. Now, to be anointed, meaning godly anointed, to be anointed is a feeling and experience that is indescribable. There is a spirit of excellence pronounced on our lives so that we may bloom for God. There is a spirit of excellence pronounced on our lives so that we may bloom for God. The journey is definitely a topsy-turvy roller coaster. I said that in the beginning. Life is a roller coaster. It's a jagged edged one. You know, it's not straightforward like we think or would like it to be. And even when we stress ourselves, even when we name up ourselves and worry on ourselves, you know, even when we stress ourselves and need for life to go exactly how we plan, let me stop with my tracks right here, because it ain't ever gonna go how we plan. There's a term, it's a Jamaican term, when man a plan, God just a wipe left, right, center, up, down. God I say, go and talk my child, go and plan my child. Sometimes I ponder if like how we speak, sometimes certain vernacular that we use, I'm wondering if God does the same thing. Like, yeah man, go and talk my pitney, go and talk my child, same say go, and then him just wipe it all out. I wonder if we ever actually, is me alone think like that? I wonder if God relate to us on the level that we talk to each other as human beings, especially in that kind of jokey way. I don't know. Back to the point at hand. But like I said, even when it doesn't go exactly how we plan it, essentially we are disarmed by the Spirit of God. And it's that Spirit and God himself who reminds us who controls our destiny, which is him. We have zero power. I keep saying it. I had a discussion the other day with a group of individuals, and I was like, you know that we literally don't have any power. Like what we think we have dominion over, which we have dominion over the things that God has called us to have dominion over, but it does not include other people. I really want for us to know. So, and it's debatable because we're like, oh no, but Stephie, you know, remember that we elect, or lack thereof, but we elect persons to be, you know, in positions of authority, aka politicians. You know, they are in control. That's debatable, and that's not a debate I necessarily want to stir up on my podcast because it can lead down to a rabbit hole, and I want to keep it as real as I can, but also as positive as I can, because I am of the opinion that human beings just don't have control over other human beings. We don't possess other human beings, and I think we've lost our way in thinking that we do, and I think we've lost our way in terms of our right. So our right to live freely and justly and equally as God has called us to, I think we've given away a lot of that, and we're so much nonchalant in that specific regard. So it seems, and especially those who are not as conscious, it seems as though other persons have power over us. But I'm telling you right now, it does not. If God click him finger, and even if he click him, God just literally has to do nothing. He just can end it all, and that will be the end of that. And just to have that reminder that he's all powerful and in control, I think it needs no longer to be in the back of our mind. It needs no longer to be in the back of our minds. I think it's something that should be in the forefront of our mind, that listen, you don't have control over me or this situation, God does. And you know, I know I'm straying a little bit from the point I was making, but it's quite striking that you will always hear, don't lose sleep over things you can't control, don't lose sweat over things you can't control, don't cry over spoiled milk. But when it comes down to human beings, it's like we cower down in fear, and we don't stand united on that front with the same mantra. So it's like, oh no, this person's coming, whatever the case may be. Yet in the same breath, in our everyday lives, day-to-day activities and experiences, we'll always be like, Sure, just allow that. No, you don't have no control over that. So it's something to think about, is all I'm saying. Back to the point at hand. Sorry for the tangent, y'all, but like I said, it's been a hot minute, so please be gentle with me. So, God controls our destiny, and the power of God ordains every step that we take, and His anointing covers and carries us through. He gives us choices. So He gives us choices from His artillery, to overcome and push through each obstacle we face. And as a matter of fact, again, I'm going to stray, but look at this really quickly. You ever planned something that never worked out? Yes, everybody can answer yes in the comments. We've all planned something that did not work out. Alright, so who am I kidding? We've all had this experience, but you ever remember how you behaved when you didn't get what you wanted? When it didn't go according to the plan, what was your first initial reaction? How did you behave? How did you react? I'm pretty sure it looked something like you cussed out backside, you expressed anger, some of us may have even cried. And sometimes, we may not be able to admit it, but we question the circumstance and we question God. We do that as human beings. We question our source. Long and short, it's not pretty. It ain't pretty how we behave or we go on when life doesn't go the way we want it. It's not. And again, I keep straying, but Stephie Don made a saying. She's an international recording artist. Stephie Don made a saying that goes, "We are the creator of our lives. We write our own story." And I believe that once we think it, once something is impressed upon our hearts by God, I think we can unlock our destiny, and that will lead us to our true potential. I realize that in writing and speaking these episodes, it sounds almost always only encouraging of what we as humans can do or should say, think, etc., rather than having a realistic element to it. I get it. Don't think I don't get it. That theme is repetitive. I will admit it. And I've explained why, right? And if I'm being honest, I'm a good storyteller. I'm a very good storyteller, and I do like sharing bits and pieces here of my life. But it's also so scary in this day and age where you allow yourself to be led in a particular direction by God, not knowing where it's going to lead you to. But you just know you're going because really and truly you have nothing else to lose. I mean, it's God. He's your source. He's at the forefront. He's the shepherd. We the sheep. But allowing yourself to be led in sharing your own journey or story doesn't come with a grain of salt, to be honest. For me personally, it takes me time. I don't trust as easily as, the next person. So it takes me time to make that decision of sharing and such, because the human race can be very damning, yo. I'm telling you, like truly cruel. And I'm not sorry when I say like to keep myself out the mix and out of all people's mix, so that they know little to nothing about me. Because again, human beings them set away. We're set away as human beings. Now, I say all of that to say, and I'll share that growing up, I wanted to do two things in life. This is going to be laughable. I wanted to sell blue bag juice. No, let me see if I can break it down for the international audience. It's basically, bag juice is a juice drink. So it's a flavored fruit drink that you put in a bag. In Jamaica we call it suck suck, but it's a flavored juice drink that's sealed in a bag, and you have different flavors. It's simple. It's similar to what you call it, an ice shaver or ice cone, and you put the syrup on top, but without the ice. So you mix it, put it in the bag, and boom, that's it. So I wanted to sell blue bag juice, and I wanted to become a pilot. I wanted to become an airline commercial pilot. Now, neither of those things manifested, and not because I didn't have the aptitude for it, because let me tell you, but I feel like I got into aviation school. Okay, I got into aviation school, and I am an entrepreneur, but just not in the light of selling the bag juice, but as my daily source. But it didn't come to fruition, and that was me in terms of planning. And you may be like, okay, Stephie, where are we going with this? Remember, today's chronicle is about destiny. And back to that point of not manifesting those two things, I'm being very honest. I was absolutely angry with myself. And in essence, I was angry at the world as well, because I'm like, I worked hard to do these two things that I would have wanted to do in life. How dare the world not give it to me? How dare I be robbed of these two experiences that I would have wanted to achieve? And I was just angry. I was even angry at God. I was just angry and saddened by those two facts. Don't get me wrong, them can still happen, girl, let's take a look at the picture that you're seeing. I mean, it can still happen, but I'll be forcing myself to do it. I'd be forcing myself to do that which I've not been granted the permission and blessing from God to do it. So it would essentially be a waste of my time, resources, livelihood, experiences, mental capacity. It would just be a waste because it's not my purpose. Hence, it's not a part of my destiny. And I've accepted that. No, it took me a very long time, but I've accepted that. So presently, I guess to make up for it, I travel a lot. So I'll visit different countries, explore their culture, experience their culture, and in my way, I'm still close to the cockpit in the plane, and I'm in the sky, which is what I wanted to do in terms of becoming a pilot. And I don't drink juice as often because everything just really sweet nowadays, but I still drink a little juice and pretend like it's one bag, and boom, bag juice, girl. But I was angry and disheartened, and I watch others, and this is why comparison is the thief of joy. I watch others go off and even now enter into their professional role of choice, and I used to beat up myself because I would think, I didn't work hard enough, I wasn't bright enough, intelligent enough, or skilled enough. And I'm telling you, what foolishness to exist. Comparison truly is a thief of joy. But it was a very hard pill to swallow, long and short, that even to this day, it's somewhat stuck either in my esophagus, or I don't know. I still feel as though I compromised career-wise because what I was led to was not my choice. And I tell everybody that when I mentor, I tell persons like, this was not my profession of choice. This profession chose me. I did not write on paper when I was 5 or 6 years old and say that this is what I wanted to do. So, I still feel sometimes that, I compromise. I still feel as though I settled. I still feel as though, I'm not anywhere near my full potential. And that's the thing with only believing in yourself, which, mind you, is one of the most absolutely fantastic traits each of us can and must possess. But God, in his infinite wisdom, told us from the jump, don't lean onto your own understanding, because 9 times out of 10, you'll be left feeling disappointed and living with regret, which is not a positive thing. There's a reason he says to ask him, to surrender, seek him, and we will find. It's because he knows we can't do it alone. He designed us in such a way that we can and will always be dependent on him as our source, which is so nice. It's nice to, be able to depend on people, but especially it's more important to just be able to depend on God. Because in truth, he's our author and the finisher of our faith. Everything begins and ends with him. There's a reason kids trust their parents, to lead them to cross the street. They trust them. There's a reason babies push boundaries as toddlers, because they know their parents will show up one way or the other to rescue them. And these are tiny humans whose level of intelligence is apparently inferior to us as adults. That's debatable, but anyway. But if we see life through their eyes sometimes, through these kids' eyes that have faith, who trust and believe, trust me, believe, anything is possible. Trust and believe, anything is possible. And if they can believe in us who are supposed to be the adults, then why not us to believe in God? Which, by the way, we are led by God daily to our destiny. If we take a minute to really sit down and ponder, we are led by God daily to our destiny. If we ask him, if we cast all the cares on God, I'm telling you, we wouldn't still after so many years feel as though you've settled into something and experiencing life in computer mode. I'm just saying. So we've got to get in and stay in the game. Not shy away after the first half. Not shy away when, we think it didn't go our way or it didn't go as planned. We've got to see life through to the end, y'all, and believe that our destiny is written by God. No, it is a matter of fact that he calls us to places that are unseen and to do things that only he can give us the power to do. He calls us to be holy as he is. And it's not easy sometimes, because, tell the truth, we love the world. Honestly, we shouldn't as much as, we do, but we do love the world. And we shouldn't love the world as much as we love him. Don't get it twisted. But I think we love this little life. There's a song, I think I like this little life. Yeah, I do believe that we love that we get to experience earth because, well, we don't know nothing else. We don't know nothing else. Them talk about them alien and them Mars or the moon. I've never been there and don't plan to ever go. So I'll be the one remaining soldier upon Earth when everybody have to go up for live. Like, I don't know, whatever. But I think we love this little life. We only know the Earth. Or at least we should. And oftentimes we overindulge in the pleasures of the world, and ultimately it leads us to sin. Sometimes sin is a part of some person's destiny, if not all of us, because we all fall short of the glory. But listen to this. God sets us on the straight and narrow path, Zine, like we're on it. From we come out of the womb, charging, we're on a straight and narrow path. We grow, we learn, we develop, until we arrive at the destination of decision making. In my opinion, that's where all hell breaks loose. But knowing now that we have choices, all along we did good. Without that knowledge of knowing that we had choices, we did good. Seemingly, at least. We're doing as we were told, trotting along. We're just trotting along and doing as we were told, allowing other persons to write our story for us and lead us to our destiny. Don't? And let me see if it's just me. The moment, I tell you, the shiny moments in life that happens where we quote unquote think we can think for ourselves and make our own decisions, and we're grown and we know it all as humans and nobody can tell us or show us anything because we're smart and all of that, Zine. That moment in life where we make our own decision, is it just me? Be honest. Is it just me, or is that a moment of the beginning of disaster? I have to laugh. Because I think it's the moment that we think, we have arrived. Like we've made it. That's when life humbles us. Please, somebody tell me in the comments that you have this similar experience. The minute that we boss way, like Benji Kite, and we can, make our own decisions, and I'm grown, I'm pushing my own key. The minute that we think we've arrived, life humbles us. And I always say, don't let life humble you. Because ultimately, God is the being that's humbling you, Because believe me, if God humble you, manala, when God humble you, you end up in the valley. Or you end up in the mouth of a whale. The belly of a whale. Anybody remember Jonah? Big up Jonah every time. Big up Jonah every time. So don't let life humble you to the point of becoming a Jonah. So imagine God planting you as a seed along life's journey to bloom and blossom in a particular way. And because we overindulge in the pleasures of sin, we chart a new course, end up in a totally new direction, and start rolling helplessly down the hill. We chose that for ourselves, we can't blame anybody else, we chose that for ourselves. Oftentimes because we forget who we are and whose we are. We always forget whose we are until our backs are against the wall. But we forget we're not large and in charge like we think we are, because death humbles us. Death will humble every human being on this planet. I don't care what nobody wants to say. Death will humble you. Because that's the end. It's inevitable. We're not invincible or immortal. Our destiny ends in death. Understand this, please. We are not here forever. I've said this before. We think we are. And that's why we slither away in sin for so long and grow farther and farther apart from our Creator and start believing and adopting the lies the devil is out here trying to feed y'all. And it's a very thin, seemingly sweet line to cross over into, very thin. The shinier the object, the more appealing, Especially if a crowd is drawing near to you and you're not. You're gonna go. You are going to follow suit. You support and show up for things and others that's not aligned and purposed with your destiny than you do for yourself. I'm telling you, we're all victims to this. We're all victims to the pleasures of the world. And the hardest part though is getting off that train and back onto the road of your destiny, back onto that straight and narrow path. The hardest part is always starting over and admitting that you veered away from God, who, long and short, will love and forgive you 70 times 7. Not more than his purpose though, because best believe if you frig up or you come close to embarrassing or stalling God's plans or his laws, you're out like a light. God does not play. You will not get the better of him. No. The life he gave us will not supersede his greater good. Go read your Bible and learn about Sodom and Gomorrah. If you don't believe me, he will call you back. My God will do an expedition recall. Understand this. He will either use you directly or someone aligned or not aligned with you, so you don't take too long to figure out the purpose he has instilled in you. Yeah, man. Like a fishing rod, you fish, you attach a little worm, throw it in the little water, and you reeling it back, yeah, man. The straight and narrow path you should be currently twiddling and the destiny carved in stone from the ancient of days for your life, He'll put you back on it. So please, let God please be the creator as He already is for your lives. Let Him lead every single time. Don't wait till the dirty get rough to remember. And please acknowledge 1 John 4 verse 4 that says, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world." I'll say that again for the people in the back. Don't wait till the dirty get rough to remember and acknowledge God, because remember, I'm telling you in 1 John 4 verse 4 that says, "Ye are of God, little children." You are of God, you're of Christ, you come from Him, you're His lineage. And you're able and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Take it from Chronicles with Stephie. Take it from me, Gems. Life has more meaning when you allow the Master to lead you out of this world and into His loving kingdom. His plans are bigger and better than our own. If you are serving in the area He has destined for you, give thanks. And if you're on the road of uncertainty or doubt, seek Him. And don't worry, just pray. Seek Jesus. He will lead the way. And yes, I talk about the Lord a lot on this podcast because I know firsthand who God is, who God says He is, and who He is to me. I can't not purpose the calling He has graciously given me now after all the ills I've done, the errors I've made, and the judgments I've landed. I owe Him my life. And for that, I'm eternally grateful to be on this roller coaster journey towards my destiny. So Gems, be still and know that God has you. As per usual, peace and love and light. And best believe the month of June we're running it up. So I will see you all in the next episode. Bye everybody.